We live in an area where fear permeates so much of the community around us. We have children that live in incredibly fearful circumstances. We have women who suffer abuse from husbands. The teenagers in our community who come to our church are clearly traumatized as a result of the place in which they live. A year or two back, I was in the United States where I noticed that there were certain places where there were signs that simply said "safe place." And it was simply a place where somebody could run to in order to be protected if they were feeling vulnerable or they were feeling scared. We have nothing like that in our community. So a group of us got together and we came up with this idea of using containers, securifying those containers and putting a security and a social worker presence in those places where people could indeed run to if they felt in danger. When someone in need comes to a safe place, they are welcomed with open arms from our security guard, who first meets their need of safety. From there, we are able to then link them to where they need to go. The stakeholders that are the police, child welfare, the rape and trauma units, we are able to simplify the transition to be able to get them to where they need to go. From there, our social team will walk the road with the clients to be able to best meet and offer a holistic healing to our victims that come to Safeplace.
So Safeplace is set up outside of schools. That was intentional because schools are the hub and the heart of a community. There's kids here all the time. They're playing, they're interacting. Kids don't just run and tell you something immediately when it happens. It takes time for them to build trust, to build relationship, and we want them to know that there is a safe adult here. The social service side of Safeplace is one that is complex yet beautiful. It's holding people's hands at the police station. It's taking domestic violence clients to the hospital and sitting with them and waiting until it's finally their turn to be seen.
Safeplace is an environment where the community kids come together in the afternoons from 3 o'clock to 6, and then we just hang around and then play together and then help them. We help them with the schoolwork, like homeworks, and also just to encourage them with life and disciple them and then shape them and mentor them. Yeah, for me, I really love to be part of Safeplace because I know what the kids are facing out there. I've also grown up in a rural community where there's too much outside bad influences and then also hopeless. To be part of Safeplace, that helps me, give me opportunity to just connect and build a relationship with these kids and just to give them hope and to encourage them with a better future.
I remember a story of a mom and her 2 children coming to Safeplace in the middle of the night. They were running from their abuser and needed a safe place. We sat together in the hospital and in the police station until finally their story was heard and was acted upon. I just remember hearing her say, like, I knew to come here because my daughter had been to Safeplace and knew that this was a place that would keep us safe.
Something that I love about Safeplace is that it is consistent. I think that a lot of kids expect us to come once and leave, but we're always there. We are always around. Once we've built this unit, we are there every day. And you feel that with kids who, when we first arrived, were skeptical and quite rude. And so after getting to know them and hearing what they were going through, you realize that their behavior was just out of a lack of trust.
We had a kid the other day who's been coming to our Safeplace, sitting with me at an afternoon function, and he just said to me, "Jono, it's so nice being here." So I said, "Well, why?" And he looked at me and just said, "Because it's just so relaxing." And there's so much meaning behind what he said there, you know. The idea that when he is out there in amongst the community, he is living in constant fear, that constant tension. But at Safeplace, he can come and just relax. He can kick a soccer ball, he can play with spinning tops and marbles and talk to our social team and just have a place where he is able to just be a kid. And for me, that has been incredibly impactful.
So at Safeplace, we're able to provide a secure place for somebody to go in a time of crisis. We're able to walk alongside people with our social services and counseling, and we're able to inspire the next generation through Safeplace.
We have felt so privileged to be able to serve our community in this way. We realize, however, that there are so many other spaces in South Africa that are just like ours. And we would encourage you, if you hear this or see this, to be a part of some movement that would be involved in helping to create a greater and a safer place for our community to live.